kicked out of paradise basically, and that's where they were sent off to. And so they came through the Caucasus Mountains and then came up through Russia and east westward to into like Germany, France, Belgium, all of the Western countries, going into Britain, Greek, all of those areas. That's where they come. The black people that went through the Caucasus Mountains through laws and traditions and doctors and cremators and nurses you know what they say, like sexual laws, like birth control. Birth control is what I'm looking for. That's how they came into existence. So I'm gonna start calling them Caucasians. You know what I mean? Caucasian people. I forgot the point that I was making. Damn, I forgot what the point I was making. I forgot what the point I was making. But to sum it up is that, you know, I want to get to the situation about Christianity. Christianity, they say, is the religion of the people scared to go to hell. Islam is the religion of people that been to hell. You know, and that's what, you know, Islam has been to me. Because that's what I wanted to get into as far as, like, you know, with the you know, what I was talking about with the Italians, because it's like, why would somebody even want to go to school and be like, you know, have the skills to like manage a crack operation? You know what I mean? But that's what I was brought into. You know what I mean? Into by choice. You know what I mean? But you know, at that time there wasn't that many choices for a young black man. And so, but the thing was that how I got to that point was through drug addiction. You know, it's like drug addiction is tearing up our babies. You know, and it's but you know, in my town, Plainfield, it was a part of the game. Like, we were selling crack to buy dope. You know, I was addicted to heroin. You know what I mean? And what happened? How I started sniffing heroin was, you know, I had been like, you know, in back in the days when I came up in the '80s, like, you know, when we go to the club, like I said, I've been going to the club since I was 17. You know what I mean? So, you know, through cheese, like I was able to get in the club, because most, like, you know, yeah, young girls can get in the club, but like 17-year-old men, nah. And we would have my man TJ, my little brother TJ, in the club, you know what I mean, at 13. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean, because we had it like that, you know, through him. But anyway, you know, so, you know, it was like, even before I met Cheese, you know, like my really first encounter with cocaine was with one of my homeboys. I'm gonna call him Frozen. You know what I mean? Because he was so cool. You know what I mean? He had a name like Frozen. You know what I mean? But his older brother, they would be cutting up coke. You know, they were selling coke. And so anyway, they would give him a little bit. And so he gave me some, and I liked it. You know what I mean? But I didn't really like to come down. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't like inclined for the coke, especially at that time. Like, you know, like cats my age, we didn't want the up highs, we wanted the down highs. But so once I started, like, you know, getting in so we'd be at the club and everything, you know, sniffing coke, and you know what I mean, in the car, like me and my man, Spanish homeboy, Puerto Rican's homeboy, he passed away a few years ago, but you know, it would be like me, you know, in his car. You know what I mean? I'd be in the car. He don't want to actually gave me the name G-Man. You know what I mean? Because he started calling me Gucci Man because Chiefs wore a lot of designer shit, and you know what I mean. And he'd give me the you know what I mean, some fly shit to wear like a Gucci hat. So I was wearing a lot of Gucci, and I had some like Gucci frames. So he used to call me Gucci Man. You know what I'm saying? Then then it was like after on, it just the G Man, the Gucci Man dropped, and people was just calling me G Man. You know what I'm saying? But it was me and him. Like whenever we go to the club, we be the car that niggas getting, you know what I mean, high. You know what I'm saying? And we like, our thing was like, sniff. Like I said, we sniff coke. We would never smoke no coke or nothing like that because we already knew from, our generation knew not to smoke crack. Like let the older niggas smoke crack. But we sniff coke, party, with the chicks. You know what I mean? Putting the shit in cigarettes. We call them coolies. You know what I mean? And different stuff. You know what I mean? But we never really got that habit because plus it was expensive. You know what I mean? But so it was a party drug. I never really liked it, but that's like, and this wasn't all the time, every day. This was like, once or twice, maybe 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But and we was in the club like 3-4 nights out the week. But how I got, like addicted was once we started hustling. And so, like I said, my job was to make sure that the New York end was right. So my job was to keep the product, keep the connect, deal with the connect, and you know what I mean, like the cutting table, get it all packaged and everything so that it just could go to the street. You know what I mean? So then that's what my partner job would take it to the street and you know what I mean, move it like that. So I would be dealing with the Dominicans in Manhattan because we was getting it from Broadway, right? And so I started, like my first spot was 140th and Broadway between Broadway and Riverside. You know what I mean? It was like, this was like when, New York was, like hard. You know what I mean? Like burnt out buildings, like, you know what I mean? Like you go into a building, it was like New Jack City, but not like harder than New Jack City. New Jack City was kind of like fairy tale, but like I'm saying, like everybody, like the whole building is turned out. You know what I mean? You walk into the lobby, mad cats, nigga turned around serving them. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. But I used to go there. You know what I mean? And go in and out, handling my business. And so anyway. So it was like a little safer to just go. I found the spot on 144th and Broadway. It was a Dominican restaurant. You come in and so you get the dude named Cookie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Cookie. He was a it's a legend. Everybody in my town know him. So anyway, we would get it from them. So they would give us the material to cook up, but they would give us like an 8 ball of the powder. You know what I'm saying? And like so we would be riding back, you know what I mean? And me at the time my man Shaquan, and you know what I mean, and another homie to call him G Money. And we'd be partying, you know what I mean, just sniffing, talking, and like having a great time, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I never liked to come down, so it's like I would periodically like use it. But what happened was, old school, friend of mine, like introduced me to a speedball, where it was like the heroin mixed with the coke, and so now it's like I got the up high, but then when the up high go down, that opioid, you know what I mean, the heroin taken, and you know what I mean, it smoothed it out. So now you're not fiending for coke. But that's the thing about coke, like once you get high, then you want more and more and more and more and more. You know what I mean? But with the heroin, you're like, okay, I'm good. And it was like, I love that feeling. You know what I mean? So I like that. And the thing was that, one thing I didn't know was like that heroin, was very addictive. You know what I mean? Like you can sniff it 3 days in a row and you got what they call the chippies. You addicted, like your body needs it. You know what I'm saying? And I call it chippy. You know what I mean? And it was like, my life went to hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in a way, it kind of saved my life because it's like I wasn't hustling as hard. Like now, I just wanted enough money to get high off some, off of the boy, what they call the boy, the heroin. You know what I'm saying? And but so now I'm not hustling hard. So that's why I'm grateful because the way I was hustling and had teams and operations, like if I had got caught up at that time, I would have I might still would be, or just coming home, or did way more time, like the little bit of time that I did, about a year, a little more, but it's like I didn't become institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
P Funk City G.